So welcome to Aloha Friday. I'm modeling a Showgirl Temple hoodie for you today. I promise this time I actually will put the information on my website with links for ordering them. I keep forgetting to do that. I hope you're doing well. Let's get moving, shall we? Starting with your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Soft bend in the knees. Let's pull our pelvis forward, release it back, forward. Just using the low abs, not letting the glutes help right now. Just warm up our low abs here, because I can always use it. Right? Yeah. Great, and bringing your tailbone to more of a neutral center position, swinging to the right and the left. You can let your arms swing. Pushing down into your feet. And the more you're bending, the more movement you'll have in your hips. So just enjoy that. Nice, let's make a little box. So come forward, aside, back, aside, forward, side, back, core still in. So even when you go back, your abs are engaged, protecting your lower back. Nice, circle it out, big circle. Just make it a nice juicy circle. Pushing through everywhere, warming up. Lovely, and coming back to center. We're gonna go forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. And big circle. Juice it up. Pushing into all the parts of your hip. Lovely. Let's step our feet a little bit closer together. We're going to do the same movement with our feet a little bit closer. So approximate more of our burlesque grind here, or one of the ways we grind, shall I say. So again, bend in the knees, tailbone is pointing straight down to the ground. We're going to push forward, side, back, side, side. Nice. Remember, abs stay engaged when you go backward. And now pushing around. Drag your arms up your body. The gorgeous pinup look. Elbows stay open wide to the side. We don't want to be closed off. That's not cute. Don't grip your head. That's not cute either. Nice. Bring it down, the arms in, forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. So notice that my knees are still bent a lot. And smooth it out. A little rub all around, right? That makes it saucy. Up through your hair. Beautiful. Release. We're gonna warm up our chests. You put your hands on your hips or lean them down to your side, whatever's good for you. And if you want to step a little bit more width and apart in your feet, that's great. Bend your knees, push your feet into the ground so you keep your lower half kind of busy. And then we're gonna slide. Slide, center. Make sure while you're sliding that your ribs are still in alignment with your pelvis. So they're not poking out forward. They're staying just sideways. Okay? And then slide smooth. Beautiful. And then front, center, back, center, front. And you can round your shoulders a bit when you go back. You kind of have to make that shape. So really pushing it back. Nice. And come out, side, back, side. Out, side, back, side. Front, side, back, side. Back, side, smooth it out. Same Same circle we did with our hips, just doing with our chest. Don't worry about how mobile you are. The point is just to warm it up. And forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. Lovely. Circle it out. Still breathing. Hopefully generating some heat. I'm definitely feeling warmer. Nice. And shoulders. So opposite shoulders, going opposite directions. One forward, one back at a time. Lots of movement happening here. You can bend in the knees if you like. And the other direction. Keep it going. Keep it going. Lovely. Now we're going to reach up, sit in a hip. So reach, opposite hip pushes out. Nice big opening here. Knees going down. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Lovely. Step back a little bit. We're going to perch one toe in front and then sit straight down. So I perch the toe and I sit straight down. Not booty out, not to the side, okay? Straight down, and we're going to circle our knee. Let your ankle and your hip roll through. And the other direction. Feel it juicing up in there, getting ready for more stretching. Beautiful. And the other side now. So if you've been with me before, you've heard me say this. It's important to warm up before you stretch. Stretching when you're cold can injure you. And you're not going to get as stretched as you might if you warm up. So we're doing pretty gentle stretches today. And you should always be careful just to go where is right for your body on that day. But if you were going to stretch really deeply, you'd want to warm up even more and almost fatigue your muscles so that they're really ready to stretch. Nice. Let's do a little bit more warm up. So heels kick back to the booty. You can swing your arms out in front. My knee is pointing straight down. My heel is coming up toward my booty. Whether it gets there or not is not a big deal. We mostly just want to warm up your quads and hamstrings. If you keep your feet flexed, you can get a little bit of warmth in your calves too, which is a good place to warm up, especially if you're a person who walks or like me dances in heels. Nice. Go overhead. We'll just get a little bit more in back. Lovely. All right. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna just go a little sideways stretching. So really stretching the calves. So not coming down too far. Go to the spot where your calf stretches out. I of course have an eyelash in my eye right now. Nice. And then as you have more space in it, wiggle it backward. Give it a little bit more stretch. Pushing down in both feet. Keeping a bend in the front leg. Keep it going. One more. And if your heel isn't coming all the way down to the ground, that's totally cool. Just, go to the spot where you're stretching and you're feeling your leg start to release and lengthen. Maybe one more wiggle back. Hey, it looks like we're headed for a lunge. Guess what? We are. So, wiggle your toes. Wiggle them out, wiggle them out, wiggle them out. Keeping a nice 90-degree angle in the leg that's bending forward. And you can stay up nice and tall if you like. Letting your hips sink down, lower to the mat. Back leg staying straight as it can. And then lift back up, straighten that leg. Let's come to the center. Bending out the waist, you're gonna come forward. You might stop here, bracing on your quads, which is totally cool. You might come down to your shins. You might come down even further. You might want to spread your legs out a little further. So keeping your back straight, not hunching over at all. Keeping your back straight, pushing into the outside edges of your feet. We're really trying to stretch this area here, the sides. This is one of the best ways I've found to stretch this area. So I'm gonna use that. Beautiful. Wherever you are, bend your knees and start to make your way up. You can heel toe it in a little bit more. Shirt's coming a bit untucked. And coming to the other side. So stretching out, getting that heel down to the ground. Hang out there for a bit. Breathing, pushing. Scoot it out a little bit more. Nope, that's where mine's done. So keeping both heels on the floor right now, and then being able to push down. Let that calf stretch out. Wiggling if you need to. Wiggling is really good sometimes for letting your muscles calm down, kind of distracting them so they're like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, it's cool, I'm relaxing. That's what I'm doing. Nice. And then stretch out a little bit longer. Come into your high lunge. Pushing back. Nice angle in the front. Hips staying pointing the same way as your knees and toes. Nice. Feeling good there. Stretch that back leg straight as you can. Beautiful. Come back to the front, heel toe together a little bit so you can step together. We're going to come down to the mat now, so if you need some sort of support to help you get down, have that at the ready. We're going to come through a forward fold to do it. I'm just going to tuck my shirt, my gorgeous flamingo shirt, because you didn't sign up to see my belly today. All right, so bending, hinging at the waist, coming down, and either hands on your thighs. If this is where your back stays nice and straight, you can come down to your shins or down to the floor. Stretch it out long. If you have a chair nearby, you can hold on to the chair, endeavoring to stretch your legs out long and then bringing it down where it's good for you. Walk your legs back and forth a little bit. So, resting on your booty, wherever is good for you. But if you are doing cat-cow, we're going to extend our head and booty up to the ceiling. And then from the middle of the back, curve it in. Stretching it up. Curving it in. Keeping your elbows straight. Shoulders are away from the ears. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now roll your ribs wherever you are. Keep rolling. Beautiful. And now scoot yourself back a little bit more if you're here. Stretch it out and roll through everything. Beautiful. Keep rolling about. Roll the other direction. Nice. Sit yourself down into a child's pose. I'm going to go get our music back. Looks like this is the curse of Aloha Friday. Music. All right, there we go. A little bit of music back. We're just coming up from your child's pose. Let's make our way to mermaid sitting. So sitting up on one side. Seems kind of perfect for Aloha Friday, doesn't it? Elbow straight down from the shoulder. I am using my shoulder, my hand to push into the mat so I'm not sinking. All of this is staying nice and lifted. Surprise, it's a little bit of a workout. 2, bottom leg is nice and bent as you need on the mat to stay supporting. And then I'm going to reach and grab that ankle. My knee is going straight out from my hip, so I'm not pulling way back and I'm not coming forward at all. Knee is going straight down. And then I'm going to pull my foot toward my butt, push my hand into my foot. Should get a nice stretch in the front of that quad. If you want more, tighten your glute. Yes, breathing, enjoying. Nice, release there. And then stretch up overhead. You can drop your head here. Ooh. Long mermaid. Roll to your belly. And we're gonna stretch mostly the stomach muscles actually. So it's not really concerning how high you go up here. It's more the stretch that you're feeling. So hands are at least by the middle of your chest. Palms are spreading out. I'm gonna roll the shoulders so that I'm not getting them right up by my ears and pull my chest forward. Pushing my legs away. So if that's not enough, you can push yourself up a little bit more. Ah, nice long abs, right? Keeping your chest pushing forward. Nice. Lean it down. Roll back to our mermaid position. Come up, 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 up. Swing your legs in front. Doing a hamstring stretch. Everybody's going to start with their legs bent, okay? And if you need some space in between your legs to bring your body forward, go ahead, allow for that. Nice, stretch up nice and tall. Start coming down. And if your chest and stomach are laying on your legs, you can start to straighten them out. And keep following them down. Follow, 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 follow. Maybe your legs get all the way to the floor. You're gonna keep staying nice and long, not rounding through the back right here. So wherever your back starts to curve, that's where you stop. Wiggle here. Wiggle it down a little bit more. Beautiful. Stretch your head long, bring it on up, and let's mermaid to the other side. Nice angle, lift it up, hand is pressing. Go ahead and grab your foot. Tighten your glute. You want more stretch. Inhale. Keep pushing into that arm you're resting on. Beautiful. Reach it out. Stretch on overhead. It's okay to let your ribs bow up here. Beautiful. Release. And let's do our little Sphinx or Cobra on the other side. So if you had plenty of stretch when your hands were here last time, try walking them a little bit forward. If that was a lot of stretch for you, just being right here, leave it here. You're good. If you want a little bit more, you can come forward. Again, pulling the chest through, making sure the shoulders are nice and down, and stretch it on up. I prefer to leave my glutes relaxed when I'm here stretching my stomach. If I was working on back bends, I might engage my glutes, but right now, I want to get my abs. So I'm just going to leave my glutes relaxed here. Get that nice long ab stretch. Lovely. Come on forward. Rolling back to our mermaid position. Come back up to center and let's straddle our legs out. So wherever the straddle is for you is great. Lift up, make sure your sit bones are on the ground. Knees and toes stay pointing up to the ceiling, and as much as you can, push your legs into the ground. So you might be stretching right here, staying straight up, just using your hands like a little tent and pushing yourself up to stay straight. And that might be your stretch, which is great. If you have a little bit more space, you can start to walk yourself forward. Rock if you need to move anything out of the way. Again, keeping your neck and spine nice and stretched and long. We want to stretch into our length. No point really stretching all crunched over. Nice, keep wiggling if you need to. Stretching first up and then coming down further. And wiggle if you need to. Encouraging your muscles to soften here. Right, that's how we'll get more space and mobility, is if we let them stretch, and then soften. Lovely, wherever you are, point your toes. Appreciate the difference in that stretch. That's kind of fun, huh? Nice, push through and roll your ankles. Still breathing. See if you can stretch up maybe a little bit longer and come down a little bit further. Roll those ankles. Nice. Flex real hard. Come on up. Move things a little bit here. Get a little bit more comfortable. Lovely. Stretch up nice and tall, and we're going to rotate in the waist over to one side. Again, we're going to keep our spine nice and long while we are coming down. So inhale, come on down. And really what we're trying to do is more like chest to the top of the leg as opposed to head, right? So we want to keep our spine nice and long here. Breathing, releasing. And doing these 3 times a week, I'm feeling so much more flexible. It's really delightful. Feeling a lot better in my body overall, too. You can use your back hand if you like to kind of lever yourself, and if you want a little bit more, you can grab an outside edge, so thigh, shin, outside of the foot, and pull yourself just a little bit longer, keeping the hip you're stretching away from on the ground, hopefully, so we don't want it to ride up. We want it to stay pushed into the ground, so you got some counter pressure there. Breathing. Lovely. Come on up. Point your toes. Different stretch. It's good to stretch both ways. And come on, flex it out. Come all the way up. Let's rotate to the other side. Lifting up nice and long. Coming down. Breathing. Wiggling if you need to convince your body it's cool to stretch. Good, right? Breathing, breathing. And then if you want a little bit more, you can grab an outside edge. So If you're able to keep your arm straight, the one that's grabbing the outside edge, you can also get some stretch all in this area too. It's one of the reasons I love this stretch. Under your arms is a little bit of a hard area to stretch as well. Wiggling if you need to. Is one side tighter than the other? It is for me. We're just inhale, hard way up, point your toes. Beautiful. Inhale, flex your feet coming up. I don't know if you could see it, but my whole side literally just a moment ago when we were pointing our toes just went wah, and relaxed. Lean back, bring the soles of your feet together, and let's actually have them kind of wide out in front of us. Rock back on your mat if you need to. Yeah, nice big open shape here. And come forward. We're gonna start out keeping our spines long. So stretching in there. Inhaling. Exhale. Nice. And now go ahead and round. So the head is coming down towards the ground, and you should hopefully get a nice stretch in your upper back and shoulders. Inhale, roll it on up. Sit back a little bit on your hands, and let's just wobble the legs from side to side. Lots of movement in there. Lovely. All right, let's do, I think we should rotate around and get a little hip flexor opening up. Actually, you stay where you are. I'm gonna rotate so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So coming down gently to your back. Your whole back is gonna stay on the ground while we're doing this. We're gonna do the little figure 4 stretch here. Foot stays flexed, knee stays pushing away from your face. And this is great. If this is enough stretch for you, stretch right here. If you want more, you can lift your foot up and bring it towards you. Roll as much as you like. You can rock around and see where else the stretch might happen. Just keep your foot flexed and your knee pushing away from you, wherever you're at. Now do come to center, and we're gonna lean toward the knee that's closest to our face. We want the foot crossed. So keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let those legs come down and let your foot weigh that knee down. Oh, you can see how tight my hip flexors are. So way up in the air. Keep breathing, letting it soften. Breathing. Lovely. Inhale it up. And exhale your foot back down. Whew. Wiggle your legs from side to side a little bit here. Stretch some of that biz out. And now the other foot up. Foot stays flexed, knee stays pushing away from you. Bring it on up. in a particular place. And coming back to center, we're going to start rolling over toward the other side. So this leg kind of comes across, rest on your upper thigh, probably not right on your knee. Tangled in boa. You don't want to put a bunch of pressure on your knee, but like right above it, on your quad. Be a nice weight. I can tell I need to do more stretching even after this. Inhale and release your leg, and then you can keep rolling over to your knees. Come on up, sit in any cross-legged position that is comfortable for you, or I don't know, with your legs out if cross-legged isn't. I'm going to grab our goddess guidance cards. Yay! So, stretching them out. So after our Vesta card on Wednesday, I did end up doing a whole bunch of cleaning around the home and getting things a little bit more situated and picked up in certain areas, and it felt pretty good. You know, all those things that you put off, like I was like dusting behind the toilet and cleaning cobwebs from the corners in the hallway, all that kind of stuff. Not sure what else is left to clean in my house. All right, so let's find out who our guide is today. She is over here somewhere. She's right in there. CJ, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Oh, that's fun. Message from CK. Shh, dearest one, quiet your mind, breathe, and let go of words, worry, and plans. Go into that space of silence deep within you, that vortex of peace where the world doesn't enter. Now is the time to retreat in silence and spend time alone. I'll lovingly help you rejuvenate and recenter yourself. Don't try to make any decisions now. Just allow your mind to be at rest. You'll know soon enough when it's time to take action. But for now, quiet your mind, rest. Meanings of this card. Go on a retreat. Listen more and talk less. Avoid loud noise and sounds. Meditate. Surrender mind chatter to heaven. Know that you're more sensitive to noise right now. Sieg. The Gnostic goddess Sieg is considered to be the great silence or void from which all creation sprang. How funny the music just turned off right now. Sieg reminds us that words create duality and that in silence we find our true origin and self. Quiet is omnipresent power that gives birth to wisdom, just as the Gnostics hold that Sieg is the mother of Sophia, the goddess of wisdom. Sieg teaches that our roots are in the silent void of the universe and that it's important for us to reconnect with silence regularly. Well, that's beautiful. I know a lot of times when things are really discombobulated, as they are now, and our go-to is often to wonder what else to do next. Where do we go? What kinds of things do we handle? What do we take on? And this is a lovely reminder that quiet is really important too, and there's a value in being quiet. It's not something you do just to escape. It's something you do to nurture yourself and care for yourself, just like the earth gets quiet in winter, so that you can bring new things forth. So, lovely. What a fun guide. Not what I expected. It's such a beautiful sunny day finally in Portland. Maybe it's just time to go out for a walk alone. All right, well, that was delightful stretching with you. I hope to see you all back on Leopard Monday. Remember that if you have stretches or things that you want to do, you can DM me at ShowGirl Temple on Instagram. You can leave comments below the workouts that we do. Or I think post on the ShowGirl Temple Facebook page. Send me messages through there. So let me know if there are things that you're especially interested in stretching. We do have some awesome classes coming up. Tomorrow, actually, we have almost a whole day, three separate classes in one day with Charlie Sharp from Arizona. So she'll be online showing us first bendy for all bodies at 10 a.m. And then after that, we're going to do a twerk shop, which should be lots of fun and I'm sure very silly. And then after that, we're doing self-massage class. So she's going to teach us some self-massage techniques, which seem so wonderful and perfect for all this time when we have extra space, right? Or maybe we need a little extra care and we have to give it to ourselves. And then we'll have lots of other classes coming in ShowGirl Temple. So I list all of those in the link. That was the intro to this video, so it should be there when you go back to it, and on the ShowGirl Temple Facebook page. All right, have a delightful, delightful weekend. Thank you for tuning in with me.